Good evening, I'm Brittany Flowers. Next on Meridian Live is the Township Board meeting. Tonight the board will be discussing the request to rezone Meridian Hospitality. They will also be discussing the township staff's travel expense policy and going over the MUPUD review process. All this and more, Meridian Live is next on HOMTV. Of Postscript. In just a few moments, we'll be speaking with Trustee Ron Steica, but first, let's review what happened at tonight's Township Board meeting. The board, Dr. Susan Maston of Michigan State University was appointed in a unanimous vote to fill an vacant seat on the Environmental Commission until December of 2018. The board also approved a one-day liquor license for the Celebrate Meridian event on June 11. Lastly, the board decided to move forward on the issue of medical marijuana regulation and are awaiting the next steps. The next board meeting scheduled for April 19 has been moved to April 26, so tune in for that. Now I'll pass it off to your host, Maya.
Thanks, Brittany.
Good evening, I'm Brittany Flowers. Next on Meridian Live is the Township Board meeting. Tonight, the board will be discussing the rezoning of both Provision Living and Meridian Hospitality. The board will also be discussing Corridor Improvement Authority and medical marijuana. All this and more, Meridian Live is next on HOMTV. Good evening. If you're just tuning in, this is the April 26th edition of Postscript. I'm Brittany Flowers. Let's review what happened at tonight's Township Board meeting. The board denied the request for a senior home known as Provision Living in a 2-4 vote. There was much discussion over the issue of regulating medical marijuana, but ultimately the board decided to table the issue until a later time since an agreement could not be reached. A $400 employee appreciation compensation was approved, and the board held a closed session for the annual Township Manager's Performance Review. You can tune into the next Township Board meeting on May 3. If you have questions or comments about HOMTV's programming, you can visit us at HOMTV.net or give us a call at 517-349-1232. I'm Brittany Flowers, and on behalf of all of us here at HOMTV, thanks for watching and have a great night. Thanks, Brandy. I'm here on this 13.5-acre piece of land that New Hope Church is hoping very soon to call home. The church is currently located on Hazlitt Road between Bridgeway Drive and Carlton Street. They're requesting a special use permit from the Planning Commission to construct a new building that will be 42,000 square feet. A special use permit is required for any building greater than 5,000 square feet.
The church had formed about 7 years ago, and they've grown very rapidly. And so they wanted to stay in the township, and they wanted to provide for the future expansion of the church. And so they've made these plans to build this new church.
Jackson said the only concerns with the site was that several years ago a developer wanted to construct a building on the site, and after environmental review it was found to be contaminated with petroleum residue. The previous developer was given a brownfield grant, but the commission hopes in the next couple of weeks to get clarification on just how that contamination was resolved so that the New Hope project can be referred to the Township Board. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brittany.